Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. It's Kay here and I'm here today to share week 8 of the 12 weeks of Christmas. This is week 8 of the Create with Scrimping Mummy on Facebook. And what Amanda does, as I'm sure you're all aware by now, is create some digital papers and then, you know, it's up to you what you go on to do with them. What I'm offering up here is a little bit of inspiration, hopefully, and a share of what I've come up with to utilise the papers this time. And the papers were this wonderful red, this lovely young lass here. There was also a green sheet, but very much separate from the main sheets, if that makes sense. And to actually utilize it for a project, because I do like things coordinated, I couldn't find a way to use this sheet. It's very festive, very, very pretty, but I didn't want to, having done everything mainly in red for the festive season, bring in the green without having too much. I know the beige would have gone with it, but I'd already used that. I didn't want to bring in the green at the late stage that I suddenly thought, oh my gosh, I haven't put any of that in the project. Anyway, you may be asking what this is, and it is a loaded Christmas card. It's just something that I've put together using decal edging from a die set that I purchased a long time ago to give this lovely crinkle cut look. It's obviously pocketed in the front, and then when you open it up inside, there's a little area here to put your message into, and then there's the main picture from the 8 weeks of Christmas kit. And I think there were 4 pages in this one, or 5. I really can't recall. I think it might be 4. I think it was the red, the green, and a full sheet with several of these images on, so it might have been 3. Anyway, always flitting back and forward to other bits of Amanda's digital papers that I have lying around. Oh no, there was another page, and it was a collage page, and I've only got this bit left of it, unfortunately. I made this little faux notepad, and actually it's just post-its, and then I've put a bead of Yoo-hoo glue along, allowed that to dry along the top, and then anchored down the card with a faux button and a little bit of ribbon. But you know, I'm blessed, I can't find the rest of the sheet so you need to bear with me. But it was a very pretty sheet, I have to say. A little bit of the mandatory spotty dotty, the little image there that is featured throughout the other pages within the kit, the red, and the rest of it is totally plain, so you can do a bit of Christmas jotting on it, or just, you know, make little shopping lists, whatever fits purpose really. So that was one thing from the pocket. I then made this rather lovely tag, just using bits and pieces, as I say, from the previous kit, because I did want something quite straightforward on this tag, because it's a double layer with the foam tape underneath to raise up the base. A little bit of the red ribbon there which features throughout, a little bit of glitter but not too much. I've really kept it to a minimum on this because of the fairy. I don't know if you can even see it. What I've done with this is placed a dot on the 2 main aspects here, and then smooshed it in with my finger, and then you get that kind of snowfall effect. It's very lovely, and it works very well. So that was that piece. And then I made these 3 A.T.Cs within their own envelopes, and because it had to fit into the pocket, there is nothing too out of the ordinary with them. I think this is where the rest of that collage sheet went, because there's the little girl again, and I've just kept them plain on the back with Believe, decorated the little envelope and inked around the edge so it all is in keeping with that lovely Christmas theme. So that's one. Here is another one, Comfort and Joy. Very, very plain. I've not done anything too much to them at all, because as I say, they need to sit into the pocket on the front of the card, and it does need to be balanced, otherwise the card will be drunk when it goes to stand up and it will just keep falling over. Plain on the back, apart from a little bit of blood. I think I pierced my finger and I didn't realise that I'll find some more envelopes for that. I didn't realise I'd made a good job of splodging it all around. So that's number 2. If I put them back in, you've already seen that one, not a bit of glitter in sight. So I hope you're not like me and having withdrawal symptoms. That goes in there. And then number 3, this was the collage sheet, and it was really, really lovely with the couple here. Merry Christmas. Images that Amanda has used before in her Christmas kits, but in a collage setting you are freed up, and it's so easy to just then put them onto an A.T.C or something relatively straightforward, and then just decorate them as you feel fit. I may go back and put a little bit of bronze paint around this, just to give them that little, or the gold, just to give them that little bit of prettiness and liven them up. I think that is probably what I will do. So these 3 then will have that little bit of gold that you see on the front of the card. This card obviously would need a box made for it, but what I concentrated on was putting the card together, so that all I have to do then is either find a nice sized envelope or make a box around the card. So the little A.T.C go in there. You can still see the Jingle All the Way plaque here in the centre, in keeping with the Christmas theme. The lovely little tag then slips in the back. 1, 2, 3, and then the notebook can sit in the front there, as long as you're careful with the ribbon. It's no good creasing that up and making it look silly, because that just spoils the whole effect. But there is your loaded Christmas card. And as I say, I've put my little dingle on the front there that I made quite a while ago, and that is just seed beads and 4mm pearls with a little bit of Tibetan China silver on the front there. And when you open it up, you have that glorious image of the little girl with her Christmas tree and her flowers and all that kind of good stuff, and a little place there to put your message to the recipient. So I hope you found that pleasing. It is absolutely plain on the back, so you could also write a message on there if that little plaque wasn't enough. But the reason for the balance is so that your loaded card will stand up without being tipsy and falling over when it's received, and then that can either sit on the mantelpiece or wherever you display your cards, or just be kept in the craft room and the little bits inside used at some point for whatever purpose. So thank you very much for joining me. As always, I will link Amanda's channel below. The papers are available on Ko.Fi for a small fee, but if you are a member of Create with Scrimping Mommy, they are free to the group. Take care everyone, happy crafting, bye bye for now.